Hello, hello, and happy Fun Fold Friday, everyone. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's Friday again. Oh wow. Hey Donna, how are you, darling? My goodness. So today's Fun Fold is called the Decorative Chevron, but Connie Stewart put hers on a gatefold. I've done the chevron fold before. I have a blog post with it, but I didn't do it on a gatefold. I just did a regular fold. So today we're going to to do it on a gatefold. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And also don't forget, you get all the measurements in a printable PDF in your email today. So watch your email. The email also has replays of Monday night's video and Wednesday's card challenge. So hopefully you have entered our card challenge for this week. If not, please do so. We want as many entries as possible because we get such great ideas from everyone. Hello, Brenda and Tiffany, Luana. Good to see you all this morning. Love it. Love it. All right. Don't forget, we are having the sweet sale right now, and it is so confusing. I'm not sure if Stampin' Up! Will ever have a sale like this again. But anyways, to be clear, the items in sweet collections. So, for instance, what's a sweet collection that's available? Well, let me just grab my catalog real quick. So in the catalog, a sweet would be, where's the sweets? Florals in Bloom would be a sweet, page 40. Yeah, so that would be a sweet. Anything in that sweet is buy one, get one half off. However, it depends on what you put in your shopping cart because it's the least expensive thing in the shopping cart that gets half off. So if you're wanting to buy a sweet and get a sweet half off, an entire sweet half off, then that's all you want to put in your cart. You don't want to add anything else because if you add some ribbon or embellishments from another sweet, that gets taken half off. So just be wary. Or be a smart shopper. That you, I've had a lot of people email me and say, I put it in, but it's not showing up. I'm like, well, make sure it's in a sweet collection, and B, it's always the least expensive thing that gets taken half off. So hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. Clear as mud, right? Hello, Tina and Elaine. Hi, sweet girl. Oh my goodness. V, Amanda, Marianne is here. Brenda, Marilyn, love it. All right, let's switch camera views. There we go, right there. And so this Fun Fold I did with my team last Sunday night. Every second Sunday of the month, we have a virtual team meeting, and we always do a Fun Fold. And so this was the Fun Fold that I created with them. And like I said, this is Connie Stewart made it into a gatefold. My originals weren't gatefolds. They were just regular. So we're going to create this, but we're going to make it with the Delights, Floral Delight paper, because I need to use up this paper. I've got so much paper. Oh my gosh. Like I said, all the measurements are going to be in the email, along with the replays of Monday night's scrapbook and Wednesday's card challenge. This is Wednesday's card challenge. So it's a layer and then an image. Pretty simple card sketch. But I hope you'll join in on that. All right, let's get to making this card. So first of all, I need a card base. My card base, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and go with the Old Olive. It really, I couldn't decide with this paper. The backs of these papers are pecan pie crumb cake, and then kind of a white with some Daffodil Delight in there. Of course, the Daffodil Delight, the Early Espresso. There were so many colors to choose from. I went ahead with the Old Olive. Now, first thing I would need to do is create the gate fold. Now, to create the gate fold, I need to score at 1 3/4. Okay, 1 3/4. And get your blade out of the way. You want to score. Okay, and then at 6. Okay. And that is going to create my gatefold. There we go. Let me get my bone folder to get that to sit down. There we go. All right. So that's my gatefold. Now we need to cut up our designer paper. I picked, so on this paper, on this card with the Mediterranean blooms and the oranges back here, that DSP is the same for the whole entire card. I just used the same exact sheet for everything. But on this card, I wanted the brown, hold on, it'll come to me. Burlap. That's the word I'm looking for. The burlap print and the Daffodil Delight for the chevron part. But I didn't necessarily want this floral over here on this far panel over here. I wanted a little something else. So I picked this one. So we're going to use this one for the panels, but this one for the chevron. Okay. So that's what we're doing. Now, let me get out my cutting tool here. We need 2 pieces cut at 1.5 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and do 5 1/4 here. Whoops, that's 5.5, 5 1/4. All right. And then I need a 1.5, 2 of them. Okay, there's 1 and there's 2. Then I also need a 2 1/4. Double check. Is that correct? Yeah, 2 1/4. All right, so that's scrap. All right, so these are my panels now for my card base. This is going to be my chevron. So I need, for the chevron, I need 5 little pieces, and the pieces are 2.5 by 1. Okay, 2.5 by 1. This is 6, so I should get 2.5. 2.5 is 5, so I should get 2. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should cut it this way. Yeah, let's do it this way and see how many I can get. I don't know. I can't do math in my head. You would think I could as a math teacher, but that was over 20 years ago when I taught school. I can't believe it. When I got married, I stopped teaching. It's just you don't lose it. If you don't use it, you lose it. Isn't that what they say? All right. So we need 2.5 by 1. 2.5. 2.5. 2.5. Nope. All right. I'm going to have one more. Darn it. Mm-hmm. 2.5. Okay, now I've got my 5 pieces. All right. So far, so good. Let's put all this away. Now, we do need some white, some basic white. You know what? I don't think I've got a 4 by 5 1/4 here. Nope, I do not. These are all small. Okay. These are all my white scraps that I've created over time. But I need a 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside of my card. Hold on, let me grab one. Okay, that's 5 1/4 by 4. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. There we go. All right, so that's for the inside of my card. Then I need another piece for my sentiment, and it is cut at, what did it say? So for the greeting, it's 1 3/4 by 3/4. So let's see, 3/4. And then, ooh, that doesn't look very straight. It is not. Okay, hold on. I don't know if that made it worse. Great. Hold on. We're starting over. Okay, here we go. Let's try that again. And this time, you make sure it stays still. Oops, it's half. Of course, it would be helpful if I put it on the line correctly. There we go. All right, hopefully this will stay. Yes, okay. Not that it really matters, but to me, it does. By 1 3/4. Okay, so that is that piece. Now I also need a piece of old olive that size. So hold on, let me grab that. I forgot to get that piece. Hey, Linda, you're not too late. I'm just starting. Remember, Linda, you can get the measurements and everything on your email today. So watch your email for that. All right, and I need another piece that is 1 inch by 1 3/4. So 1 inch by 1 3/4. All right, so this is for my sentiment piece. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're ready to assemble. We ready to assemble? All right, we're going to put the card together first, and then I'll show you how to do the chevron, okay? Hey, Janet. Hello, hello. And Liz from Arkansas. I love it. I love seeing where everybody's from. I think that's so cool. Okay, let me grab my tape runner. And I'm going to put a little tape there, tape there. Okay, so this goes on the left side. And then open it up and put the other piece that's that size in. And you could change it up. I could use this white side if I wanted, but I just love the pretty flowers. Okay. Then this piece is going to go on the inside, okay? The outside is where we're going to put the chevron. The inside is where we're putting this decorative piece. Now, if you needed more white for writing, then, wow, that really looks fat, but it's not. It's only 4 1/4. Okay. Anyways, you could put another piece of white piece here if you needed more room to write, but, or use the back of your card. There we go. Okay, so now we have this so far. So here's the inside. And of course, you can stamp the inside and make it all fun, or just leave it blank. Like I said, a lot of times I need a lot of room to write. I end up writing on this and then also turning it over and finishing. So I talk too much, if you couldn't tell. That's why I love my YouTube channel. Speaking of which, if you guys are enjoying my YouTube channel and you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe so that you don't miss any of my tutorials. It's my joy. It's my joy. I just love sharing with you guys. All right. So far we have this part of the card made. Now to make the chevron. All right. On your email today, on the PDF, the printable tutorial, there's going to be a diagram showing you what I'm about to explain to you, okay? You're going to need 3 to be folded one direction and 2 to be folded the other direction. So we're going to move these over. We're going to pull these up. All of these, you're going to take the right corner and fold it down. Whoops. I'm sorry, I'm flipping all these over. I want my brown or my tan to be, let's see, let me get out my example here. So see how I have the Lost Lagoon like that? And I folded these down so that the decorative flower part showed. That's what I want to do here. So where it's Lost Lagoon here, it's going to be brown on my card, or pecan pie, I guess I should say. All right, so we're going to fold all these corners down, okay, like that. That way, then this corner goes the other way. So you're making little trapezoids, okay? Little pairs. Oh gosh, I did this Sunday night. You're making little parallelograms, okay? These lines are parallel and these lines, so it's a parallelogram. A trapezoid is where you have 2 that go like 2 that are parallel and 2 that are not parallel. Not that you need a geometry lesson today, but I guess I didn't lose it all. Just that math teacher and me coming out. Okay. All right. So like I said, we're going to make 3 of them this direction, and then we'll make 2 going in the other direction. I'll show you what I mean in just a second. And whichever color you want like underneath the fancy fold, the fun fold part. Okay. That's the color you have facing up. All right. So I have these 3 and they're all folded the same direction. These 2 are going to get folded the other direction. All right. So we're going to go this way instead. And this is what's going to allow us to make a chevron, a zigzag, as you might say. And you can't turn these. If you turn it around, it doesn't make any difference. So see how those are opposites. If I turn this over, they're still opposites. So you can't, if you make a mistake, it's no big deal. Just fold it the other direction. Once you get it all glued down and everything, the folds won't. If you fold it the other direction, it's okay. All right. And then this one goes this way. All right. So you have 2 going one direction and 3 going the other direction. Got it? And like I said, there's a diagram in the PDF, on the PDF for you to follow. All right. Let's make a chevron. So I need some glue. Actually, not glue, because glue is permanent and I don't want permanent right now. Let me get my removable real quick. Is this? Yeah. Okay. This is removable tape and, or repositionable. And so it helps. First of all, let's lay it out the way we want it. You have these 3 and then these 2 go in between these 3. Okay. And then you just match up the corners to make the zigzag like that. Okay. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. That's okay. All right. Well, anyways, we're going to put that one there, and I'm just going to quickly put these on here, and then I can reposition them, hence repositionable tape. So fun. Okay. And look at that. It worked perfectly. Sometimes when you put it down, it doesn't work. It's getting kind of warm in my room. Hold on. It doesn't work. And so, you know, you're wanting to reposition everything. Well, it all worked. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue everybody down the way it is. So I'm going to take this. Ow. I don't like banging on my table. I know it echoes on the YouTube, but okay. There we go. And this one. Come on, glue. Whoa, no, 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 no. Why does it do that? Does anybody know? Making a big mess. There we go. That works. Okay. Actually, this works pretty good. Just dip it in the spill. All right, last one. Yay. All right, so there is your fancy chevron. Cool, huh? Marianne has a question. Do you know if I'm the only one, but I watched one of your videos and you spoke about selling your cards. We need to stamp information that the product is Stampin' Up. You had a stamp of sorts. Oh, yeah, no, Marianne. Yes, I know exactly. It's called, the official word is the Angel Policy. Yes. It is on the, give me 2 seconds. I've got the stamp set right here. It's called Crafting. Oh, something about crafting. Hold on. It's right. Come on. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Crafting. There it is. Sharing the love of crafting. There it is. Okay. So you need this stamp set right here. If you're going to sell your cards, this stamp right here at or copyright Stampin' Up! Needs to be on the back of your cards, okay? And this stamp here is in the Sharing, Loving, Crafting stamp set, which is awesome because it also has these great, here's a bigger one. These are big and small. Crafted with you in mind, happiness inside. So these are perfect stamps to also put on your cards that you're selling. So Sharing, Loving, Crafting is the stamp set you need if you're going to sell the cards. Awesome. Good question, Marianne. Thanks for asking. All right, back to our little thing here. All right, so this is for the sentiment. There we go. What am I trying to say here, people? Oh, come on. My tape runner's not running. There we go. All right, so I've got that on there. Now, I could just stamp on there. However, have y'all seen the more messages? So it's a stamp, and then you cut all the pieces out, and you have all these sentiments. I did it twice, so I have tons of them. Time to celebrate. You can do anything. I like that one. You can do anything. And then one more thing. Now, this is on last chance sale. If y'all haven't gotten this yet, y'all want to get this. This is like awesome when you just need a little decorative something sticking out. Just grab it and punch. There we go. And can I get one more on there? There we go. Can I get one more? Ooh, just barely. Awesome. Okay, so there. Now I've got some sprigs I can put behind my sentiment. Okay. So I'm going to put some glue back here and glue these sprigs on. Okay. So that one and that one. Okay. And then one more at the bottom. Okay. That looks good. All right. I noticed I want to snip. There we go. This little piece here. It's kind of sticking up. Oh, decided it didn't want to play. All right. I'll just stick you back down. Here we go. I think I got it. Okay. Actually, I think there's one more. Yeah, there's a couple more here on this side. There we go. Okay. Now that is going to go on there, but I'm going to use dimensionals. Oh, that's a good idea, Katie. So to make these stay popped up, you could put little dimensionals, little mini dimensionals underneath them to keep them from laying flat, especially when you put it through the mail. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. Well, that one doesn't have any dimensionals left on it. Speaking of dimensionals. Oh, that's so many. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, you can do anything. And it's going to go right there. And then this will go right there, just like that. And we're done. It is a fun card, especially if you've got scraps. Of course, I was using pieces of designer paper. I'm trying to use up sheets of designer paper, but if you had a lot of scraps, this would be a fun scrap card to make. Yeah, you could even make it to where all these are different, and that would be a fun chevron idea too. But I hope you enjoyed this card. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the linen thread back there. I wonder if it's too late. Nope, not too late. Yay. I meant to put linen thread back there. Hold on. Where is my linen thread? There it is. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it on there now because I put that glue on there, but there we go. Okay. Let's just do that. Okay. Oh, my fingers are sticking to everything. There we go. And like that. There. That looks fun. Oh yeah, that's better. Yeah, it just needs a little something there. Awesome. All right, now it's done. Yay. Okay. Be looking for your email today. Hey, Elaine. Elaine says, love it, but I like to see it being made rather than going by faith on the mystery stamping night. Ah, well, sure. But doing mystery stamping occasionally is fun. Marilyn, I'm glad you liked the card. Excellent, excellent. You're so welcome. And Luana, thank you. Luana sends me cards all the time, you guys. Luana, I got another card from you this last week. Thank you again. You're so sweet. Awesome. Okay, that's it. I will be back Monday night for scrapbooking. There is a new kit in the scrapbooking section that is in the kids collection that I'm going to be working with Monday night. So if you want to see that, be sure to tune in Monday night, 7:30 p.m. And you can see what I create with that scrapbooking kit. Okay. All right, you guys. Bye-bye.